President Trump ordered the release of more than 2,800 records related to the John F. Kennedy assassination on Thursday, but bowed to pressure from the CIA, FBI and other agencies to delay disclosing some of the most sensitive documents for another 6 months. Even so, the thousands of pages that were published online by the National Archives Thursday evening describe decades of spies and surveillance, informants and assassination plots. Trump delays release of some JFK assassination documents, bowing to national security concerns. More than a dozen reporters and editors for The Washington Post combed through the documents on Thursday night. Here are some of the wildest things they found, some of which have been reported about before and some new. $100,000 to kill Fidel Castro. A 1964 FBI memo describes a meeting in which Cuban exiles tried to set a price on the heads of Fidel Castro, Raúl Castro, and Ernesto Che Guevara. It was felt that the $150,000 to assassinate Fidel Castro plus $5,000 expense money was too high, the memo noted. At a subsequent meeting, they settled on more modest sums: $100,000 for Fidel, $20,000 for Raúl and $20,000 for Che. Michael E. Miller. Or was Fidel only worth 2 cents? Another document describes the well-known CIA scheme called Operation Bounty that sought to overthrow Cuba's government, and established a system of financial rewards for Cubans for killing or delivering alive known communists. The CIA would let Cubans know of the plan by dropping leaflets in the air, but there were rules. A reward would be paid to an individual upon presentation of a leaflet, with conclusive proof of death and dead person's party/revolutionary membership card. Cubans who played along would get a certain dollar amount based on the title of the communist who they had killed. They'd get up to $100,000 for government officials and $57,500 for department heads. Castro, perhaps for symbolic reasons, would earn a Cuban only 2 cents. Ian Shapiris ex partiace. A 1960 FBI memo described a high-priced Hollywood call girl who was approached by Fred Ash, a well-known Los Angeles private investigator, seeking information about sex parties involving then-Senator John F. Kennedy, his brother-in-law actor Peter Lawford, Frank Sinatra and Sammy Davis Jr. She told the agents that she was unaware of any indiscretions, the memo said. Michael S. Rosenwald's search of a stripper named Kitty. An FBI file contains information on the Bureau's attempt to locate a stripper named Kitty, last name unknown. According to the file, another stripper named Candy Kane said Kitty had been an associate of Jack Ruby, the Dallas nightclub owner who killed Oswald on November 24, 1963. Leon Kornman, business agent with the American Guild of Variety Artists in New Orleans, told the FBI that the only stripper he knew by the name of Kitty who worked in New Orleans was Kitty Ravel. He advised that Ravel committed suicide in New Orleans in August or September 1963. The report states, Michael E. Ruane assassinating JFK not worth it for Cuba. Draft report by the House Select Committee on Assassinations found it unlikely that Cuba would kill Kennedy as retaliation for CIA's attempts on Castro's life. The committee does not believe Castro would have assassinated President Kennedy, because such an act, if discovered, would have afforded the United States the excuse to destroy Cuba, the draft states. The risk would not have been worth it. Michael E. Ruane. Lyndon B. Johnson and the KKK? In an internal FBI report from May 1964, an informant told the FBI that the Ku Klux Klan said it had documented proof that President Johnson was formerly a member of the Klan in Texas during the early days of his political career. The documented proof was not provided. Tom Jackman, Fulgencio Batista and the plot to bribe a U.S. congressman. An internal FBI memo dated January 22, 1960 discusses an alleged plot to bribe a U.S. congressman and bring deposed Cuban dictator Fulgencio Batista to the United States. The memo, citing information provided by a Miami arms dealer, says that in exchange for securing entry into the United States for Batista, $150,000 would be split between U.S. Rep. Abraham Moulter, New York, a Miami Beach attorney, and 2 Batista adherents in Miami. According to the memo, the FBI took the alleged plot seriously enough to investigate, but Batista himself turned down the proposition, Michael E. Miller Communist Party investigation into JFK killing. Several documents summarize internal discussions within Communist Party meetings after the assassination, discussing whether Oswald was innocent and whether communists would be blamed for Kennedy's death. Agents ran down rumors from prisoners and poets. Rachel Weiner CIA plots to kill Castro. Some of the papers recounted the agency's well-chronicled schemes to kill Castro. One document, a summary of the CIA's plans to assassinate foreign leaders, recounted Ho.